Good morning, everybody. We're going snorkeling today.
Day 3 our first tour was booked, and this was with Red Cat Adventures, and we were going to go to Whitehaven Beach. We're going to do the Hill Inlet Lookout, and then we're going to go snorkeling.
Should be good. We're taking a boat trip out to an island. Couldn't tell you which one right now, but it should be fun. But we're going snorkeling at the Great Barrier Reef, which should be really, really, really good. I'm excited. I'm doing a fit check right now for the beach. Keep my all for 10. I just don't. I'm dressed like a undercover cop. I was giving that vibe, you know, Hawaiian shirt, holiday mode activated. So yeah, should be good.
They were meant to come pick us up at like 8:20, 8:25, and so we were up there, you know, a couple minutes early, like waiting in the reception, like cool, no worries.
Currently waiting for the bus to go to this boat to go snorkeling. There you go.
Really hot.
It's quite hot.
So the bus was late and it was bloody hot waiting around for that bus.
The boat leaves at 9. We have to be there. So I ring them up and I'm like, hello, where are you? And they're like, it's okay, they're on their way. So hang up the phone. And so by this point we're outside, it's already hot, we're already sweating our asses off. It is now 9 o'clock and I'm thinking, the boat's leaving now. Hello? So I ring up again and I'm that person and I'm like, I'm sorry, can I just double check that there is someone coming to get us, please? And then a second later, we see this van roll up the hill and I'm like, hallelujah, they haven't forgotten us.
The bus picked us up very late. It was almost an hour late and I was a little kind of like curious to see if the boat was gonna wait for us or if they were just gonna take off.
Anyway, we toddle in and the lady turns back, she's driving the van, she goes, has everyone done their waiver? And Mum goes, oh, no, I haven't done my waiver. And I was like, did I not tell you to sign your waiver yesterday? But anyway. We were a bit under the pump and I was feeling a little bit stressed because I felt like we were holding everyone up, although it wasn't really our fault. But I was getting a little bit like stressed and nervous because everyone was just they looked like they were ready to go. And Mum's like, oh, I just gotta run up to the bathroom. And I'm going, are you not gonna sign your waiver? You've got to complete this waiver here. And so I was like, okay, you go to the bathroom, I will sign your waiver. Don't care if maybe it's a little bit legal, but anyway, I did the waiver for her. Then we're waiting, and the guys are like, okay, well, you know, we'll just wait for your, you know, the rest of your group and then we'll go. And I'm like, yeah, you know, like she'll be here soon. And then I look over and where do I see her? She is in the cafe trying to buy lemonade.
I needed a lemonade.
Mum going to the kiosk and all of that stuff. I was like, bestie, we don't have time.
And I was just like, oh my God, Mum, we're running late, you don't have time. There's no time, girl. Like, chop. And anyway, she didn't end up getting a lemonade because the line was too long, which was just as well because she got back and they were like, all right, let's go. And by that point, like, you know, I was all stressed out, Mum was all stressed out. I don't know about Lucy, maybe she was just chilling and going with the flow. I wish I could do that. But anyway, so we weren't feeling too funky fresh when we were climbing onto that boat. Yeah, tensions were high. Tensions were high, I would say.
The mood of the first boat ride was not that great.
It wasn't the greatest of boat trips, but I love being on a boat, so the tensions didn't matter and I just left the girls to it.
have to come and take care of it and all that. So yeah, it is.
Getting ready to go to the island.
Our first stop was obviously Whitehaven Beach, which was about 45 minutes to an hour away from Early Beach. That was the travel time. And by that point, you know, we'd had some morning tea. Shout out to Red Cat for those delicious gluten-free brownies. They were immense. I still think about that brownie. Like in groups of, I don't know, 10 were ferried to shore on this little dinghy.
We made it to the island. I feel like Nim's Island right now.
And then when we got there, I was sweating. It was so hot. And then we had to hike up a ginormous hill to get to the crossroads, and then hike up another ginormous hill to get to the inlet, the hill inlet lookout. I was sweating balls, man. Like, I got to the top and I was just like, oh my god, get me to the beach.
Check this out.
But the hill inlet lookout was stunning. It was gorgeous.
Very nice view.
So we got to the beach and it was really awkwardly warm and not very refreshing, and the current was quite strong and I was a bit scared of getting washed away on this strange island, but it was fun. It was a long walk to reach this slightest hint of ocean. So there we are, traipsing across the hot burning sand, sweat pouring down our faces. It was a time. And then the water was just like uncomfortably warm, so it wasn't even cooling, but it was nice to hang out.
Wait, hang on. Does it actually look pretty bad? I see like the line. It's giving Oompa Loompa. Cool. Love that.
My sunscreen made me look orange as, but that's okay.
So the swim was a massive success. The water is very, very like clear and blue, and it's very nice. And yeah, so we're heading back to the boat now. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Of course you know I'm vlogging.
Colors are really bad.
Bad. I don't look that brown. We're back on the boat. We got lunch. Food, yes.
Lunch was very nice because, yeah, we were all very hungry by that point, so they provided us lunch, which was really good. Lunch was pretty delicious. I was ravenous by that point. And then we went to our snorkel spot. Pooted around the coast, to this little spot where we were finally able to get into some water that was a little bit cooler, just slightly, and we were able to snorkel, see some fish, see some coral. This was amazing because like it was a feeding spot, so all the fish were just delighted to see us.
Literally was being like thrown into a fish tank because there were fish like this big swimming right up close to us, and I was like, oh my god. And I like reached out and touched one. They named one George because he was like their green kind of regular fish they always saw when they took tour groups out there. And Tristan on the boat, he was like, yeah, I wish we could touch the fish, but you know, they've got a protective coating and they need that to survive. And I was like, oh, noted, don't touch the fish. Got it.
And we were meant to swim in partners, or groups of 3, and so I was like, oh perfect, you know, Mum, Lucy, me, we'll stay together, you know, we'll be a group of 3. Anyway, Mum gets in the water, off she goes.
She just swam away and I was like, that's so fair. But it was a bit like, okay, well, I wish you'd kind of stick with the group because if something's gonna go wrong, no one can kind of communicate when they're underwater, so that was a bit of a yikes, but luckily nothing bad happened.
So I forgot to stay with my friends. I went off and did my own thing, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I like that reef, I like that spot, more so than the other spot where they literally dumped us in like the deepest water and we had to swim in to this reef that came out from the shore. And not only was it like a little bit like rocky, but you were so close to the actual coral that you were like in danger of breaking the coral, and I was like, oh my god, this is stressful.
It was a bit more difficult because it was more of a swim out, so I had a pool noodle this time, which I was very thankful for.
Lucy, my saviour, came along with a pool noodle, and there was us, and we were clinging onto this pool noodle,
Clinging to it for dear life, trying not to like stand on or kick by accident the coral.
and luckily the guy in the dinghy picked us up.
Yeah, shout out to old mate for picking us up.
Nice. That's really funny. They're called idiot rings.
Just to stay where they are just for 2 seconds. Like, go ahead now.
We just went snorkeling. It was really cool. We still have the rings, but that's okay. We've landed on the boat. Yeah.
The day concluded with a few fruit skewer and another cock up of the transport, because we then had to wait along with everybody else and their dog to get back on the bus. Sorry. Like, they did not have enough buses, there were too many people, and it was just like a free-for-all. And so I was like, absolutely not, and we decided to walk back.
I'm not too sure.
C'est la vie, you know, you live and you learn. Yeah, great way to end the day.
She's got the goods. She's got the ice cream. What do we get, Laura? Give us a foursome. You know what we'll be doing later is eating ice cream.
We had to walk up this ginormous hill to get back to our accommodation, and at the base of that hill there was a sign and it said Horizons, except 2 of the letters had fallen off. I think it was the R and the Z, and so every time Lucy walked past she said the lamest thing without fail every single time. I'm not saying it. Roll clip.
Someone stole the R and the Z in Whitsunday Horizons, so this is how you pronounce it. Ready? Laura's sick of it. You go Whitsunday, hoyo, Whitsunday, hoyo, hoyo.
Every time we walk past, I've always cracked the same joke. And I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. I think it was funny for the first few times, but then I think Laura and Mum started to get really, really annoyed and they just wanted me to shut up. We went back to the hotel and just hung out, you know, as hot girls do on tour.
There are two types of people on every vacation. One, the go-getters. We get up early and we strive for greatness and we get things done. And the other, they like to laze about and have a good time.
Criminal. I don't like hiking. I totally respect people who like to hike, but I'm more of like you can drop me off by the pool and you guys can go for your hike. I'm not much of an outdoorsy, let's go kind of person, and I still stand by that, and I don't even care if people judge me for that, but that's just who I am. So I was having a great time reading my book while Mum and Laura were out hiking in the mountains somewhere. We got the car today, so we're going on a day trip to the waterfall, which should be really good. Isn't she pretty? Ooh. In our new car. Oh, it's fake. The menagerie. So then we went to the cafe with all the animals. I don't know, it was a bit weird vibes, but you know, quirky, kind of out there, down for anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to this like coffee place that I saw on TripAdvisor, and yeah, it was not what I expected. There were a lot of animals, a lot of birds. The goats were a highlight. Saw some alpacas, and yeah, had some funky tasting coffee.
It was the worst coffee I'd ever tasted.
Do it for the vlog. Where are we? Sunday vlog. We're at this really cool coffee place. It feels like you're in like a zoo, in like the sitting area. The light is weird. There's just birds everywhere in their cages. It's really cool. Aww, cute. Oh my god. Laura, you didn't tell me you were in a zoo. I want to see the pony. There's no pony. So we're going to George's Diner. Should be good. Should be very exciting. It's like an old-fashioned or kind of American style diner. So it should be good.
Next was George's Diner, and by this point we were getting hungry, so it all worked out really well because this diner was somewhere where I was like, this actually could be quite a cute place. It was this 1950s, 60s inspired retro diner.
I was actually really excited for George's Diner because like it had such like a good aesthetic, and like it was 50s themed, like it had statue of Elvis and it had all this 50s memorabilia on the wall, and I was like, this is cool. But I was very, very, very spooked by the actual place it was in because there was literally no one there. Like it was a ghost town. So this place is really cool, but we're like the only ones here.
Had a really bussin' hamburger there. Took some cute photos as well. Yeah, it was a vibe. But also it was giving like ghost town as well because like there was no one there. We saw a couple people, but then like the town was tiny. So maybe we ate cursed hamburgers.
nice little caravan park. It just feels really quiet. There's not many. It was in a caravan park itself, and it really gave me the heebie-jeebies because it felt like a scene of like a horror movie where like it's a really bright and cheery setting, but there's actually like a dark, kind of mysterious undertone kind of story going on. It's a cool bathroom, but like it's wild. And the bathrooms, they were like painted bright and like colorful, but I was getting these opposite vibes. I was like, okay, I think I need to leave. I'm a bit creeped out.
Vibes, immaculate. Those ghosts do have class. They're happy ghosts. The bathrooms were lovely. They were stunning. Best bathrooms I think I've ever, like cheeriest bathrooms I've ever been in. Squeaky doors though.
It was still good. The burger was very nice. It was still a good time. I think I just have a very overactive imagination, but that's on me. There's a chicken in the car park.
How perfect would it be if we went and found a waterfall on this trip? Because nothing beats like fresh water swimming, waterfall vibes, like you're in the tropics. Amazing.
So we're going to the falls, guys. Where is this waterfall? The falls.
The waterfall, which was a very unusual experience with no water.
Queensland must not have had too much rain yet because this was not a waterfall. This was a rock ledge with a pool of water at the bottom. Stagnant water at the bottom.
And we just hung out. It was actually kind of fun. We were all kind of vibing that day, so it was pretty fun.
The water was a bit disgusting and none of us were game to go inside, which was probably for the best. It also meant I found my little praying mantis buddy. That was cool.
Look, I found a praying mantis and Laura grabbed it. Yeah, you would. Okay.
Are they native?
Hi, my name's Praying Mantis. What's your name?
They're 600,000 years old. Wow, looks good.
I just introduced him to you, so. That was a funny joke, guys. You should laugh next time.
Hi, I'm Praying Mantis.
Yeah, I introduced him to you. You said, are these guys introduced? And I said, hi, my name's Praying Mantis.
That was the silliest joke ever. I didn't deserve a laugh.
It did. This is fun.
Always head down to the lagoon.
So we were talking about what the praying mantis was doing, chewing on his foot, and I did my impression of a fly, because flies are like this, they go, and then they're like, so yeah. My camera's so greasy from all the sunscreen. It looks like I've got like one of those romantic lenses on in those movies.
Looks like a lot of people might have done a wee in there.
What did you say, Mum? Do you want to say it for the vlog?
No, because there's something wrong with me.
Heard it here first, folks. Hot girls on tour. Okay, so that was pretty underwhelming. But that's okay. We're gonna head back to the place and just hang out for a bit, I reckon. Which sounds really good.
And then, yeah, we went back to the hotel and, yeah, once again, hung out as hot girls do. We're off to bed, guys. We watched some Christmas films, which were really good. And then we're going to go to bed because we've got a big day tomorrow. We're going to Bowen. We're going to see the big mango. Very exciting. It should be good. Laura's hot, everybody. I think so. It was really funny. I think was it last night or the night before? We were, because we've got 2 beds, but we've pushed them together so we have more room on the outsides for our stuff. I think it was like, I don't even know, it was like the middle of the night, and I was just laying asleep, and Laura's turned over, and she's whacked me in the stomach or something. And I just, no, it was, I reckon there were 2 times. Like, one time you whacked me in the stomach, and you're like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And I was, it's fine. It was fine. It was literally fine. It was just funny. The first time, that was the second time. The first time was on the first night, and I was laying in bed. It was like right when we were about to wake up, and you turn over and you put your hand like on my arm, and I just kind of looked at it, and then I was like, it wasn't even that I cared. It was more just to see if she was gonna wake up. So that was pretty funny.
I'm used to sleeping with a partner in bed, and you are my partner. Howdy, partner.
Next time on Hot Girls on Tour.
You know, waiting to jump out and kill you at any given moment.
Did not say that. I did.
So we hightailed out of there real quick. Like, get me out of here.